Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome. I'm Badruddin Muhammad and you are watching the English news program on Somaliland National Television. These are the main stories making headlines. The President of Somaliland arrives at London. Minister of Health attends this ceremony to launch a new medical center. Ebola death toll crosses 4,000 victims. The President of Somaliland, Ahmed Mohamed Mahmoud Silanyo, and his delegation arrived at London and were received by Somaliland Ambassador to UK, Somaliland National Television Manager, and large number of Somaliland diaspora.
A delegation led by President Ahmed Mohamed Mahmoud Silanyo and his delegation were warmly welcomed in London by Somaliland community. The President of Somaliland and the delegation were received by the Channel Manager of Somaliland National Television, Khadar Hassan Ali Gas, Somaliland representative to UK, Mr. Ali Adam Awale, members of the ruling party, and the director of SLN TV in London, Abdurrahman Muhammad Adam, another wide array of Somaliland diaspora community in London. President Ahmed Mohamed Mahmoud Silanyo is accompanied by Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperations, Mr. Muhammad B. Hiyons, Minister of Presidency, Mr. Hirse Ali Haji Hassan, Minister of Commerce and Investment, Mr. Musa Qasim, and the country's First Lady, Mrs. Amina Waris. Minister of Foreign Affairs Pravin the media said that the trip is aimed to attend the biggest international summit hosted by UK in order to shed light upon investment opportunities in Somaliland. The minister added that the meeting will be attended by international investment companies who showed interest in investing in Somaliland, and he finally stated that this meeting is the first of its kind that is co-organized by Somaliland and UK government.
Somaliland Minister of Health, joined by Minister of Youth, Sports and Tourism, attending a launching ceremony of a new health center which will provide medical services that are currently unavailable in Somaliland.
The launch of an international medical center in the capital city of Somaliland, Hargeisa, was attended by the Somaliland Minister of Health and Minister of Sports, Youth and Tourism. The chairman of the medical center, Dr. Abdrazak, first spoke at the event and discussed that this medical center is intended to facilitate all medical services that were not locally available. He also thanked participants. MP Haji Abdi Warabe provided a keynote speech and praised the investment efforts showed by the founders. Minister of Youth, Sports and Tourism, Ali Said Raigal, speaking on the occasion, praised the significant initiatives. Minister of Health, Mr. Saleban Isa Hagla Tosie, motivated the establishment of such health center that will fill out significant gap for the community. The minister stated that they as a government encourage investors for health activities and went on to say that they also set up some decisive factories for health investment opportunities. That's to say, they are only allowing people fill these requirements.
The Director General of the Ministry of Minerals and Energy, Mr. Saeed Ahmed Jibril, held a press conference discussing the Pearl Minerals Assessment, which is carried out by Chinese company called ARC.
The Director General of Ministry of Minerals and Energy, Mr. Saeed Ahmed Jibril, held a press conference discussing the mineral assessment, especially pearls, which is carried out by a Chinese company called ARC. The director confirmed that his ministry permit ARC to conduct exclusive assessment to assess the amount of beryl that's deposited in Zimodi of Awdal region as part of government's effort to unearth resources. Mr. Saeed also highlighted that the company produced a report confirming that beryl is deposited in Adurada and Han areas of Awdal region. Our ministry employed ministry's experts to review the impact pyrrole uncover could have on the environment, thus decided to temporarily cease ARC operations until extensive environmental impact assessment is conducted, said by the Director General of Ministry of Minerals and Energy. He also stated that 170 pages of an environmental impact assessment report was produced by a Kenyan organization. The report detailed environmental and personal safety measures to be implemented by operating personnel. At the conclusion, he stated that the ARC and Ministry are yet to have agreed to start an earthing barrel.
Sahel Regional Governor, joined by the Director of Berbera Water Agency and the head of Berbera Police Station, embarked on a joint monitoring visit to Faladero water dams that supply water to Berbera city, which were recently damaged by heavy floods.
Berbera Regional Governor, joined by the Director of Berbera Water Agency and Head of Berbera Police Station, embarked on a monitoring visit to Faradero Water Dam that supply water to Berbera City. It was reported that floods damaged the dam and need urgent attention. Director of Berbera Water Agency stated that 2 dams were damaged, but thanks to Allah, they can both be rehabilitated, he said. The Governor of Sahel region praised the effort of Berbera Water Agency Director for his effort to maintain these water dams and promised to provide all resources needed to rehabilitate the dams.
The British government recently banned the trade and consumption of khat, which is highly consumed by Somali and Yemeni communities in Britain. Somali communities in West London hosted a meeting discussing available opportunities to Somalis who addicted khat.
The British government recently banned the trade and consumption of khat, which is highly consumed by Somali and Yemen communities in Britain. Somali communities in West London hosted a meeting discussing available opportunities to Somalis who are khat addicts. This program is organized by West London Health Authority to implement programs intended to support khat consumers to help them get back to their communities by giving them housing and employment. This program is led by members of Somali communities who advocated for banning khat in Britain. Participants collectively welcomed this program and urged Somalis elsewhere to follow suit.
You are still watching the English news program on Somaliland National Television, the only Somali-speaking channel with an English news program. And now for our international headlines in detail. Ebola death toll crosses 4,000, mark latest figures put at 4,300 as UN Special Envoy calls for greater resources and effort to battle epidemic in West Africa.
More than 4,000 people have died in the Ebola epidemic that broke out in West Africa at the start of the year, according to the latest figures released by the World Health Organization. WHO said on Friday that the last toll to put the figures at 3,865 dead from 8,033 cases. The 7 affected countries are split into 2 groups by WHO. The first included Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone, by the far worst affected countries. The second group consists of Nigeria, Senegal, Spain, and US, which have seen a small number of highly isolated cases. Liberia is the worst hit of all, with 4,076 cases and 2,316 deaths, followed by Sierra Leone with 2,950 cases and 930 deaths. Guinea, where the epidemic originated in December, has seen 1,350 cases and 778 deaths. Health workers continue to pay a heavy price for their efforts, with 233 deaths out of 416 cases across the countries. Nigeria has now been declared Ebola-free, and its toll remains unchanged at 8 dead from 20 cases. There has been 1 death in the US and 1 case contracted in Spain. The toll remains unchanged in Senegal, with 1 case. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, hit by a separate strain of Ebola from the one reaching in West Africa, WHO says there have been 71 cases and 43 deaths up to October 7. The UN Special Envoy said on Friday that the number of cases was probably doubling every 3 to 4 weeks and the response needed to be 20 times greater than it was at the beginning of October. David Nabarro told the UN General Assembly that without the mass mobilization of the world to support the affected countries in West Africa, it will be impossible to get this disease quickly under control, and the world will have to live with the Ebola virus forever. Separately, Jan Ellison, UN Deputy Secretary General, said catching up with the menacing exponential curve of the virus demands a massive increase in financial resources, medical staff and equipment. I now appeal to all member states to act generously and swift, he said. Speed is of the essence. A contribution within days is more important than a larger contribution within weeks, Ellison said.
That's all the news we have for you today. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.